Hi everybody, welcome back to a new video. Please make sure to hit that like button and also that subscribe button. In today's video, I'll be going through my mock draft for the 2023 NBA Draft Lottery. In order to determine the draft order for this video, I used a website called Tankathon. The link to that website will be in the description down below. With the first pick in my mock draft, I had the Charlotte Hornets selecting Victor Wembanyama, a 7'4" prospect who plays power forward and center. He comes out of France and the Metropolitan 92s. Victor is very good on both ends of the floors, although he doesn't come without his injury concerns. With that being said, he is a generational talent and will be the number 1 overall pick. At pick number 2, I have the Orlando Magic selecting Scoot Henderson out of G League Ignite. Scoot is a 6'2" point guard who's very quick and athletic. He does still need to work in his three-point shooting, although it has gotten a lot better since the start of the season. Apart from his three-point shooting, he doesn't really have any holes in his game, and that's why I see him going number 2 to the Orlando Magic. At pick number 3, I have the Houston Rockets selecting Amen Thompson, one of 2 twin brothers in this year's draft. Amen is a 6'7" point guard shooting guard coming out of the Overtime Elite program. Amen is a very good defender and has great length at 6'7". He also has really good ball handling and game IQ for his height. At pick number 4, I have the Detroit Pistons selecting Brandon Miller out of Alabama. Brandon is a 6'9" small forward who's an excellent shooter, but he does still need to work on his defense. He will work well with the ball-dominant backcourt of Caden Ivey over at Detroit. At pick number 5, I have the San Antonio Spurs selecting Nick Smith Jr. out of Arkansas. Nick Smith is a 6'5" point guard who's very shifty, a great isolation scorer, and a solid playmaker. He has one of the higher upsides in this year's draft, and that's why I see him going number 5 to San Antonio. At pick number 6, I have the Washington Wizards selecting Cam Whitmore, a 6'7" small forward out of Villanova. Cam's a really dominant player, and you really notice his presence on the court. I would compare him to a Zion Williamson or a Paolo Banchero type of player. At pick number 7, I have the Orlando Magic, who get the pick from the Chicago Bulls through that Nikola Vucevic trade made a few years back. At pick number 7, I have the Orlando Magic selecting Azur Thompson, the other twin brother that I spoke about earlier. Azur is a 6'7" point guard shooting guard out of Overtime Elite, just like his brother. Azur is a very good defender, but unlike his brother, he does have a really good three-point shooting game. With that being said, he doesn't quite have the same playmaking abilities that his brother has. At pick number 8, I have the Toronto Raptors selecting Anthony Black out of Arkansas University. Anthony's a 6'7" point guard shooting guard who's very tall for his position. Anthony is a great playmaker and would be a very nice fit next to Scotty Barnes. At pick number 9, I have the Oklahoma City Thunder selecting Dariq Whitehead, a 6'7" Duke shooting guard. Dariq has been struggling with a few injuries this year, although I don't see that halting his draft value because of how much of a high upside player he is. Dariq was a 5-star prospect coming out of high school just last year and was a really talented scorer. At pick number 10, I have the Pelicans selecting Cason Wallace out of Kentucky. The Pelicans get this pick through the Anthony Davis trade with the Lakers a few years back. Cason would be able to come in and make an instant impact for a contender such as the Pelicans. He could be next up in a great bloodline of guards for the Kentucky program, which feature players like De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk and even Tyler Hero. Cason is a great defender and, like I said earlier, will make an instant impact. At pick number 11, I have the Golden State Warriors selecting Keontae George out of Baylor University. Keontae is a shooting guard and is a very explosive player. He's also a talented scorer and will be a really high upside pick. He holds great value for pick 11 and could even go higher up in the draft, depending on how he plays throughout the year. At pick number 12, I have one of the risers in the draft through the early parts of the college season. That is Jet Howard. Jet Howard will fall pick number 12 to the Indiana Pacers. He's a 6'8" wing who can play guard as well. He exploded onto the scene this year for Michigan with his great shooting and great defending. I see him being a really nice piece next to Mathurin and Halliburton. If the Indiana Pacers do select Jett Howard, they'd have a really nice young trio going. At pick 13, I have the New York Knicks selecting Grady Dick, a 6'8" small forward out of Kansas. I have the New York Knicks selecting Grady Dick because he'll be able to come out right through the gate and compete. He was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, an excellent floor spacer, and will be able to compete right away for a playoff team just like New York, as said earlier. The final pick in the lottery and the final pick of this video is G.G. Jackson. I see him going to Utah at pick 14. G.G. comes out of South Carolina and is a power forward. He has great body control, he's a really good defender and rebounder, and it'll be a nice pick going forward for the Utah Jazz. Thanks for tuning into this video. Like I said earlier, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. Thank you and goodbye.